Hey guys. So, I've had some really crazy, glitchy type of stuff and some Mandela effects stuff. I don't know about you, but is it Elizabeth April put out a really cool video that I put up in my Telegram. I mean, for me, it just kind of hit home on some things. She talks about how you're going to go to the timeline that you believe the most, you know? So if you believe that it's possible that you're going to be in a relationship with a faithful person, for example, then you will go into a relationship with a faithful person. But if you believe that it's highly unlikely that that will happen, then you will be going to a relationship that reflects that. So, according to your beliefs, you're going to align with a timeline that reflects that. So, when you catch yourself believing something limiting or repeating something out loud or even in your mind that is disempowering, say, you know what, actually, I believe the contrary. I believe that it's quite possible that I could do, and state the opposite. I believe it's quite possible I could very easily and quickly find a job that I really love, that resonates with me and pays really well. So replace your old beliefs when you catch them with new beliefs. And one way that you can do that, if you watched my talk with Anne, is we talked about how this world is holographic and it basically a simulation, a computer program. And I got some really cool confirmation of that. Really cool confirmation of that. Some of you guys aren't going to believe me, or some of you may have maybe experienced this even yourself. So far, I've only seen it in Telegram, but I'm sure it'll show up in different ways. But like I've been watching a couple of YouTube videos where there's like these, how do I explain them? Almost like black rain coming down the screen while somebody's talking, like little black pixels or squares that are like groups of little black spots, and they're talking like normal, like nothing's happening. But I've seen these black going down the screen, and I'm like, what is there something wrong with my computer? Is it YouTube? Is it? And it's not in every video, but it just happens like kind of randomly. So that's one interesting thing that's been happening. Oh, the Mandela effect thing too, like crazy. Like I thought that such and such, and I'm like, no, I guess it isn't like that anymore, or that doesn't mean that now, or that doesn't. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Like something that used to, yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy. We must be like shifting. Yeah, they just said, yeah, shifting timelines a lot. Like boom, 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 boom. So this would be a really, really good time to like recalibrate yourself to what your new beliefs are, or like act like you're a computer crow. I don't know if any of you guys like took a computer programming class or course like I did, but everything is based on if this happens, then that. Kind of like in your inbox, how you can set up rules. If it's from this person, put it in that folder. If it's from that person, it goes to spam. Or if it's this, then it gets blocked or whatever it is. Like you have all these different programs, I guess, for how everything is handled. You can do that with every area of your life. Every area of your life. If there is a worry or a concern in every area of your life, then it needs a program, basically a computer program. So I just made a new program, and I said, this is a program of commands, not suggestions. So, this is an Amy Satori program, based on my sovereignty, and, these are commands to be followed, followed out. And I had a whole list of all these different things that I had on there of programs, the way that I want things to run naturally for me on a regular basis all the time about different things. And as I come up with any kind of it could be things that are already going on that already feel really good for you that you want to continue to happen, or it could be things that you catch yourself worrying about such and such happening, so you want to do just the same way as I've been saying affirmations. suggesting affirmations like if you want more money and you're kind of in a state of lack, then you would start saying, thank you, God, so much that I have all this money coming in effortlessly and all this kind of stuff. I don't know why this computer has an issue with like going dark and then light and then dark and then light. It's the weirdest thing. And I don't know how to change it. So I'm sorry that it's doing that. I don't know how to make it stop being so moody like that. I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna, it's annoying for me because I'm talking and then it's going dark light, dark light, dark light. I'm like, okay, another glitch, I guess. But it's been actually it's this computer that I use sometimes. It's the only one that does that. The other ones seem to be fine. They stay consistent. And it's not like I'm moving a lot either. Let's see. No, see, now it's not doing it. It's hearing me. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. Yes, you are. Anyway, so I'm putting in the Amy Satori program that this computer in particular does not fade in and out and in and out and in and out like that. Quit playing with the lighting, computer. So basically, so I'll give you a couple of examples of things that I have on my list. And some of you guys were really, especially with everything we've been talking about lately, with the water, everything in the water. Everything I and the cats eat or drink is balanced perfectly to be beneficial to our bodies, irregardless of the type of substance being ingested and whether or not we're paying attention. So it doesn't require a blissing. If I go to drink it, it's good for me. If I go to eat it, it is good for me. It is beneficial to my system, period. Everything we ingest assists in our bodies and minds flourishing. So if you truly, repeat this 10 times a day and really believe it, and you know that that is your program, that's how you operate, you will, period. Your body's going to respond accordingly. These are commands, not suggestions. So this will start happening. You will get tested perhaps at first. You just have to keep affirming, nope, this is my program. Nope, this is my program. Nope, this is my program. And it will start to obey because it has no choice. What you believe is going to happen. So we've got to really be diligent right now about forming our own program. You know what I mean? All right, so the other one is my daily boost subscribers feel peace of mind, a sense of ease, solutions, they feel safe, comforted, loved, protected, and miracles abound in their lives. And they experience obvious healing in every area of their lives, both emotional and physical. They are automatically protected as my closest friends would be in case of any emergency. So that is one of the intentions that I set for my daily boosters. So thank you, those of you who are in my daily boost. You wouldn't believe the things I do for you guys. It's so crazy. And it is so cool. And I like things you would never think of come up, and I get asked to do a blissing on it. And I'm just like, okay, like, I don't even know. Sometimes I'm like, God, I need to remember to write that down and tell these guys that this is the kind of stuff that's going on behind the scenes, because they wouldn't believe it. But hopefully you guys are just feeling great and supported and loved, and that's basically the gist, although there are a lot of specific and custom things in there. All right, so let's get to these readings today. All right. Time mark, whatever time it is right now. I don't know what time. I have no clue where we're at right now, but could you please timestamp right now? The time stamper. Thank you, because I have a special message for someone, and I'm just going to pull some random cards. There isn't a specific question or issue or anything going on. I just feel like a message is needed. Okay. Give anonymously to those who are in difficult places you've been before. That's interesting. You're getting squeezed out of your comfort zone to spread your wings and fly. Throw your inhibitions out the window and go. You are seeing clearly and are about to make the right decision. Go for it. If you let a bully have its way, the bully's wounds get even bigger. Pray instead for you to have the strength to stand up to the bully and for the bully to heal. No one else can make you feel or do anything. You either buy into their story or not. If their story makes you feel bad, just choose a better story and take your power back. Go with the new and divinely inspired rather than the comfortable but worn out. It's time to let go. Pray for an epiphany so you can gain valuable, beneficial insights, and pray that it be made obvious. Stop talking about negative things in your life. We were just talking about the programming, and start talking about what you're grateful for. Take your complaints inside to hash out in the stillness of your heart. Congratulations, you're leveling up right now. So let go of what has been and allow new to come in for it to be as smooth as possible. You have so much to look forward to. All right. Now, I would have suspected that, but it's always nice to hear that from spirit. All right. No. Any other Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene. And they said, hang in there, you're almost there. Saint and sinner. Okay. The assumptions you're making about another person or event could turn out to be completely wrong. Realize that for every theory, there is a contradicting and opposing one. There may be more to this situation than meets the eye. You are being advised to keep an open mind and an open heart. All is not necessarily the way that it seems. Remember also that often the judgments we make about others are also judgments we make about ourselves. You might be projecting, in other words. So take a look at yourself and how you are doing those things that you think the other person might be doing. You will not find peace and fulfillment while holding on to I am right and they are wrong. Except that there is no single truth that applies universally, and things will become clearer to you. All right. Is that it? Is that all? It's almost a yes. Okay. Couple world truth cards. Yipes. Okay. There is resolution coming. Something about taking one step at a time. This involves difficult times that were purposely intended by nefarious people for control or power. This was no accident. It involved ill intentions. There's an elephant in the room that isn't being addressed to avoid discomfort. Be willing to look deeper or get honest with yourself and or others involved to resolve this. The situation will come back around full circle if something isn't done to prevent it. Take care to close it out completely, as it does tend to resurrect itself when it can find the opportunity. So you better make sure that you've cleaned things up as you're leveling up. Heal your wounds. Use affirmations or programming to bring yourself to a higher timeline in order to align with the best possible timeline for you. Positivity is key for this change. This involves exuberance, excitement, delight, and or relief. This caused or will cause great satisfaction and extreme joy. Okay, so this will happen, conclude, or resolve within a few months. There is energy being directed at or towards this. Make sure this doesn't involve black magic. If so, go to the person who can clear it or clear it yourself. I'll clear it. Okay. They said you do need to change your program, reprogram yourself. And build your belief in those things that are in your program. Repeat it many, many times a day. Chiche la hekin hapupim and I. Yeah, I mean, one of those things needs to be the black magic have zero effect on you or anyone you love. All right. Yeah. Otherwise, it'll come around full circle if nothing's done to prevent it. Take care to close it out completely because it does intend to resurrect itself. Follow through on this divinely inspired idea you've had. It's brilliant and sure to succeed. All right, that's enough. Interesting. Get out of there. All right. So 3814. 3814. Can you please give me any information on my purpose? I've been in Costa Rica the past couple of years healing from my old life. Am I meant to just hold the light as a light worker as I live here? Or do I move on? And so some kind of work with the new earth somewhere else. Probably and do some kind of work with the new earth somewhere else. All right. So does she stay in Costa Rica or does she move on to another place? I feel like you're supposed to stay there for now. I feel like when you do leave, you're going to feel inspired to leave. I don't feel like you're going to like choose to leave just randomly. It'd be a good idea to learn how to grow a garden yourself. You might want to invest in a tiny home. Your kids or pets will be happy to go anywhere with you. Okay, so you might be hopping around for a little bit at some point. Just keep listening to your intuition. Your kids or pets would even be happy to go to another country, so think outside the box. Fly to that faraway destination you've been wanting. So maybe you just need to take a vacation. Live in a community, maybe a community where there's gardening, but maybe still in Costa Rica. I mean, I know of a place, I don't remember the name of it, but I know that there are places there that are, forming communities. So maybe that's going to be your next step. I just got a yes. Okay. And in that you will find part of your purpose. Where your purpose may actually involve forming communities and gardening. Even if you don't do that right now, even if you don't even know how to garden. Many of us are learning how to do that, learning how to even grow things from things that you would normally throw in the garbage. Like the stems of things, stems of carrots and stems of celery and stems of lettuce and things like that. You can actually keep it wet for a few days and then replant it outside and it'll grow. So watch my Telegram for more information about that. Okay. And my Telegram is Amy, or I meant Instagram. Follow my Instagram if you want to learn more about gardening and stuff. Well, Telegram has stuff too, but anywhere you go, it's Amy Satori, guys. You guys makes me laugh sometimes. You're like, what's the name of your channel? It's Amy Satori. It's the Amy Satori channel. I make it really easy. So just whatever platform you're on, if you look up Amy Satori, I'll probably be there. There is another name that I go by on places like BitChute and stuff like that. And it's Awakening with Amy. So those are the two names that I go by. All right. Anything else she needs to know about her life purpose, please? Helping little ones, whether it be like, feels like anything beneath your knee, like babies or little animals or, gardens and planting and growing things that need nurturing. You're a nurturer. So that you've just been gaining tools and knowledge through the years to be able to grow and nurture things. So you're going to just start putting more and more of that into effect. Being present is important. Being present is important for you too. I do believe you're going to pretty effortlessly go into the 5D. Silence may be something because I cleared my throat like that. So you may need to go into a time of silence where you do not speak a word for like 5 days or something like that, not to anybody. Just you can type things, but just don't say anything out loud. Yeah, time of silence can reveal much, they just said. I almost sounded like Yoda. Okay, so her second question, can you please tell me something about my divine partner? When will I meet him? Is he in Costa Rica? Anything you could tell me. All right. Hama natain sasishihina ake he pim puma an. I think you might meet him in one of these communities. In the community that you're thinking of going to. Tatain. I just saw the name Michael. That could be the person that introduces you guys. It could be the first or middle name. Could be the last name, I suppose. Could be the name of his business. It could be just about anything. But it's some kind of a key to finding this person. I just saw traffic. The word traffic. So maybe you run into him in traffic. Hopefully not in any kind of an accident or anything, God forbid. Maybe you're stuck in traffic and you wave at each other or smile at each other, or you're turning into the same lane, or some kind of thing where it's like, oh well, hello. Who are you? And I just saw a Y in the road. When you reach a point when you're in traffic, or if you're in like a Y in the road, make a right. If you're not sure which way to go, left or right, go right. Anything you can tell me about him? He's stable, he's solid, but he's fun. He's like a big puppy sometimes. He's got lots of energy, sweet, affectionate. He actually just acted kind of like a dog. He laid on your life. Oh, he laid on your life. That's interesting. He laid on your lap and like wanted you to like pet his head and stuff. Like he's acting like a dog. So I think he'll be faithful, is what that's saying. But I think he's also very affectionate, and he's got like a little pep in his step. So he's flirty, he's cute. Only flirty with you. He's devoted. He's devoted. He's really into eating good foods. Seems like a healthy guy, healthy mind, healthy heart, healthy, like he just uh, seems like a great all around grounded character. And I don't know why I said character, but Papa Nataikins. He also really loves to dance. I don't know if he's good at it, but he really enjoys it a lot. Especially around a fire, like bonfires or things like that. It kind of brings a wild side out in him. So yeah, seems like a fun guy. Okay, 3817. Hi, Amy and the collective. I hope everyone is having a great week. I'm just wondering if I can get a quick relationship spread on my person. Thank you so much, Amy. You're the best. Now she does name the person so that I know who that is. So please make sure you do that if you do ask for a relationship spread. Okay. So this is a true love spread. True love spread. What is he thinking and feeling about her right now, please? He's worried about something. It's a self-imposed prison, though. So he's just in his head about something. An approach. He just said approach. Do I have my masculine cards here? Yes. So he's trying to come to you grounded and mature. He does want to hold on to you. He doesn't want to hold back anymore. He wants to come out of hiding. He's just worried if he's ready to be a husband, because he wants to charge forward into this and build a good solid foundation. He doesn't want to build something faulty. I feel like he might be like worried that he's going to be defensive about you being so intuitive as you are, like you're going to know everything, and he's a little intimidated by that. He also feels like intuitively like you might be interested in other guys, or would be, or could be, or so I think he's got a little bit of jealousy going on. He looks up to you a lot, puts you up on a pedestal, wants you to be the mother of his child, wants to have a family with you, wants to travel with you, be successful. And I just heard mine. I want her to be mine. So in the future, let's see, let me clarify this for a minute. He could feel like He's got to leave somebody behind. I went to say something behind, but it could be somebody who's kind of icy with him, kind of ice cold. He's going to have boundaries with that person and get away from them because he feels it's the right thing. He may have a contract with that person or work with that person somehow. It's illusory. He wants to heal things with you and get rid of that false illusory relationship, whatever it is. I mean, it could be a boss since there's a contract involved. Maybe sleeping with the boss, something, God forbid. But there's some secrets that are going to be coming out, and he's anticipating being defensive about those secrets as well. But he's trying not to worry because he knows it's the right thing to do, is to just make right by you, and he wants a brand new beginning and to heal things with you and have a new passionate start. He does believe that you guys can have a really bright future. He wants to get naked with you, of course. He's a little insecure about some kind of decision that he made that ended up being some kind of a psychological operation. So it could be that he fell for a karmic's trick, or fell for some kind of a trick, somebody trying to get him to relocate or something, or somebody trying to put distance between you guys. So he's figured it out somehow. And now he's like, he has all this regret, and he's thinking about you all the time and judging himself, knowing that you are his happy family. And he ultimately knows that, and just really he feels like the right thing would be that you leave him and that you end up going with somebody else. So that terrorizes him, I feel. So he really, really doesn't want that to happen. He doesn't want justice to happen. Now, justice is just ice, right? So it could be that he's just afraid that you're going to ice him. Yeah. He was shocked when he found out whatever this was. It's some kind of a trick or a dupe. That would be a good thing for him to put in his program. I don't get duped. I mean, I gotta take a drink. I'm undupable. And it felt good to drink sometimes. Now, if you have the intention that whatever you drink is good for you, I mean, and really put that intention like in your consciousness on a regular basis, you will create that to be a truth in your reality. 3818. I'm working on my art, but it's going very slowly. I'm burning through my savings, and I know I need a day or online job. Does Spirit have a direction for me, please? Now, I suggest this for everybody in this kind of position. Don't ever, ever, ever rely on the thing that you love to be bringing in your income like that. If you have something that you have to sell, like art or something like that, I always suggest you guys get some kind of a job to take that pressure off, because you don't want that money pressure to interfere with the work and your creative process. You want to feel free and clear. So you'll go do like a 4-hour, even if it's just a 4-hour job or something that you really enjoy, whatever it is, you want it to be something that you actually like, that's fun. It doesn't have to be aligned with your career or, a step in that direction up the ladder or any of that. It just needs to bring you joy and have you interacting with things that make you happy. So, yeah, do something that puts a smile on your face, and whatever that is. I mean, I worked at Home Depot. You would never think that I would work at Home Depot, but I really love that place. I do. And Lowe's or any of those types of places. I love going in and learning things and poking around and seeing what things are about and how to build things and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what I'm doing half the time, but I do enjoy it. I like being around it, and I just like the atmosphere. So that was really nice for me. I really enjoyed it. I whistled while I worked, and I had to be on my feet all day. So there was a lot to adjust to. I hated that part. I hate being on my feet like that, but I adjusted. I did just fine. And I made some sweet friends, met some really neat people, so was it the ideal situation? No. Was I in the corporate world making a shit ton of money before that? Hell yeah. And was it fun going to Home Depot kind of money? No, no. But I didn't want to put that pressure on myself to have to make a living doing what I'm doing now back then. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's not fun. It's not fun sometimes, but do something that makes you happy about it. Like delivering flowers, or, a place that you actually enjoy going to. Think of your favorite place to go shopping. Maybe you could work there or something like that, but something that you would, that could even challenge you. Shoot, like places like natural grocers, man, you learn so much, and they put you through all this training. You have to learn all these different like supplements and stuff. I mean, you get educated, and you learn about all these things we need to know about in our world right now. So talk about an incredible, it's like a free education, going to a place like that, working at a place like that. So just think like that. But I would also, if I were you, I would create a program like I was talking about in the beginning of this video. And I would say affirmations is the same thing as doing a program, but it's even more powerful if you look at it as your program, because it's like I am creating my own sovereign design and my own programming, my own computer program for my own hologram. And this is how it runs without fail, you know? So it's like totally taking your power and being in your power. So if you want to say an affirmation, you could say something like, you've heard me say this a million times, I know, but it really works. You just have to really repeat it every single time, like at least multiple times a day. Hopefully you have it memorized, but at least every time that you start to wonder or worry about the money. Thank you, God, that I'm so completely loved and supported in all ways and always. I'm so excited that I've won the lottery in every area of my life. I feel like the most blessed woman in the world. I am so encouraged and so excited at all the incredible lucrative opportunities coming to me now. I can tell by what you described here that you have not been doing that. Because if you were, you would be attracting that. It comes in. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but the more that you say it repeatedly, and don't think the other thoughts, but you stop yourself and get back to repeat. Fake it till you make it. Feel it as best you can, as if it's already happened. And it's going to bring that reality to you a lot faster. So between those two things, take the pressure off by getting a job, any job that pays anything. So it'll stop the bleeding. Always. And then the second thing, and do something that makes you happy, not something grueling, not something you hate, not something where nasty people are there and you can't stand them. None of that stuff, like a place that you actually enjoy going to. Because otherwise you'll just get pulled right back into a lack mentality. You know what I mean? So something, go to work, even if it's just for a few hours, to stop the bleeding, and something that you enjoy. And then the other thing is like constant affirmations, and those two things will absolutely completely work for you. Anything else she needs to know? I'm going to pull some spirit cards. So as you guys know, this is my new deck, my new spirit deck. I've been getting really good reports about that, so thank you, those of you who bought those cards. And I would love to hear what you think in the chat if you have them. In your gut, this isn't right. So whatever that is, listen to your gut. We're protecting you from black magic or negative energy being sent your way. Just wanted you to be aware. Please sage or clear the energy where you are. Let me do that right now. Do you have a stepmom who's kind of out for you, a little jealous of what you do? It feels like that kind of thing. Like sometimes black magic isn't like somebody like doing hocus pocus over a candle or something like that, but it's more like they're just angry, really angry, and they're just like, who does she think she is to just stay home and do what she loves, or stuff like that. Even jealousy or anger can be like black magic, can create black magic. Tatai shena po poma ana ake pa la sanse she la heki entai hai sanse shena oh pamama anatai. So here's my definition of black magic. Black magic to me is going against somebody's will, doing something to harm someone, intending to harm somebody, or like putting out those vibes of any kind of negative emotion towards somebody in a way that could harm them. Now we do magic all the time. Every word that we speak, it's called spelling. What we write is spelling, right? Spelling. You're creating spells and magic all the time. That's just our nature, you guys. Is our nature to create. that which we think about, that which we, exude, that which we put a lot of energy into. We're creating masters all the time. We're in God's image. God is the creator. They could call God the magician for that, for that matter, because when you're creating, that's magic. So we're always doing magic, but black magic, I feel, is negatively intended. I'm not talking about like, something that keeps you safe from somebody, like putting a what do you call it? Like a shield or an invisible cloak over you, or any of that type of stuff. If it's not hurting anybody, if it's not harming anybody, it's not a black magic. Okay. So, but anybody who is purposely intending to harm somebody or doing something, I feel like black magic is even like doing something against somebody's will. So for you feminines out there that are like totally desperate to be with your masculines, that I consider that black magic too, because it's manipulative. It's really manipulative, and you're not caring enough about that person. You're not actually loving that person if you're trying to force them to be with you. So, I mean, you can be mad because you're a human being. You can be angry. It's like, why are you so stupid or whatever? You can get frustrated, mad, upset, and all that stuff. You can have emotions about it and get upset, but you want to do healing work around that. You want to take out Byron Katie and start doing the work with it, or do EFT tapping, or, whatever your thing is to heal. We want to be making sure that we catch those moments when we get triggered and we heal it. That's not black magic. But black magic is like, he will be with me. And it's like lighting a candle to ensure that he is with you. Or that's why I always say, like, if you're going to pray for your person, thank you, God, so much that he loved himself and that he see things clearly. Because you do truly want to wish that on anybody, that they love themselves and they see things clearly, period. Because if those things happen, if they're meant to be with you, then they will do that, but only from that place, from loving themselves and seeing things clearly. That will lead them to you inadvertently. You know what I mean? They're not going to go toward a karmic who treats them like crap if they're loving themselves. They're not going to go toward that job that beats them up and treats them like an object or whatever, or like a number, if they love themselves and if they see things clearly. So just always pray that for that person that you love. And pray for your own healing, and pray that you find somebody who has all those characteristics and traits that you want. Somebody trustworthy, kind, compassionate. They may have addictions, they may have issues, but they're willing to look at it. They're willing to try to, challenge themselves. They're trying to grow and mature, So anyway, that was a bit of a tangent, but what else does she need to know? We're doing all that we can to comfort and encourage you through this time. You're that important to us. We love you. Pray for an epiphany so you can gain valuable, beneficial insights, and pray that it be made obvious. You're getting squeezed outside your comfort zone to spread your wings and fly. Throw your inhibitions out the window and go. Love is always the answer, and love is grace. And grace is being in the present moment as well. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so 3823. True love check-in for blank. Thank you and have a beautiful day. Well, thank you. And you too. All right, so let's do a spread for your person. So we're doing a true love check-in for this person, 3823. All right, so what's he thinking and feeling about her right now, please? What's he thinking and feeling about her? What's he thinking and feeling about her? He loves you, even if he isn't telling you that. He wants to get rid of bad things in his life. I don't know what those bad things would be, those toxic things or whatever. It could be a person, could be just a bad situation, a negative situation, could be drinking too much, it could be all kinds of things. But he wants a new passionate beginning with you, and he's quite attracted to you. And he's realizing more and more that you are the one for him, that you are his true love, even though he feels a bit more immature than you. He feels like he doesn't quite match your level of maturity. He feels like he has to kind of fake it till he makes it with you a little bit. He may be concerned about children or a child matter. But he's trying to throw his insecurities away. He's strategizing on how to make you some kind of a substantial offer because this is really burdening him, and it's been a really hard time being separated from you. And he wants to go from having a hard time to celebrating and making you some kind of an offer, taking you out for dinner or something, like going in the right direction. He just has to get the strength to get past his mental conflict. And he wants to take action out of integrity and go forward quickly into dreams come true. But he also knows he has to address the heartbreak he's caused in you, he just said. So let me just see here. I've got this is my mini ghoster deck. That's on my website also. See, he may have chosen to date somebody else while he was trying to figure this out, but he's been figuring it out and he knows that he loves you. I feel like you're too good for me. I'm afraid once you get to know me better, you won't want me and could find someone better. That's exactly why they go to a karmic, is because they feel like, they settled for someone who looks like you, has similarities to you, who has, maybe even the same name, similar beliefs, blah, blah, blah. It's like their way of trying to take some kind of a shortcut. And it's like that ultimately that person will never compare to you ever, no matter how hard they try. They can't put that square peg in a round hole, but the person's more convenient somehow to them. So I don't trust this connection right now. Maybe it's what my friends have been saying. I'm just feeling skeptical. Am I imagining this? Am I delusional? Have you cast a spell on me? I hope it's real. So he just thinks you're too good to be true. He also may be sick, or somebody near him is sick. Is it him or is it someone else? Someone near him is sick or playing sick. Maybe even acting suicidal. Yeah, see, I have to take care of a child matter right now, or someone who's dependent on me. I can't move forward until that's taken care of and I feel like it's stabilized. Sounds like he's getting manipulated to me. He's projecting on you. He's afraid you're seeing somebody else and he doesn't want to reach out and get rejected. Well, if he'd stop seeing somebody else, maybe he wouldn't quit thinking, maybe he'd quit thinking that you're seeing somebody else. Gosh. I plan to call or visit within a matter of weeks if all goes as planned. I'm having to do a lot to get ready and I don't want you to see me come in. So just be happy and know that I'm on my way. So it just feels like, if he did go date somebody else, then it just helped him solidify that you are the one for him. So now he's just got to figure some things out. He may approach you like about work, he may make it about that. He has a lot of regret about kicking you out in the cold like he did, but he's going to come back with his tail between his legs. He's going to, explain himself the best he can and try to get a new beginning going with you, trying to get a second chance. All right. 3825. Hi, Amy. Thank you for the inspiration that you give to so many of us. You're welcome. And thank you for saying that. I find that your words have helped me more than I can ever convey. I have a question about the deuterium that's in the water. I have recently started looking into frequency infused water. My question is, can this help neutralize the water? And if so, would we be able to start doing this to help ourselves in the cleaning up and saving ourselves from all the poisoning that's being done to us? You are such an angel, and I pray that your day is beautiful like you. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Oh, I think I answered your question already in the last couple. It's so funny. Spirit was responding to you and you're resonating with me. So I put that information out for you publicly. So the video about that where I was talking to Anne was an answer to your question, because she was talking about holograms and how, we create what we believe and what's in our program. So I would put this in your program. Everything I and or my cats or children or husband or whatever eat or drink is balanced perfectly to be beneficial to our bodies, irregardless of the type of substance being ingested and whether or not we're even paying attention. Everything we ingest assists in our bodies and minds flourishing. One thing that you could do is have a blue bottle or like an amber colored bottle, like a glass, either blue or amber glass. Put bottled water. Bottled water is way better than tap water, even though it's still like bottled water, everything has deuterium in it, okay? Everything pretty much has deuterium, too much deuterium. I mean, some deuterium is okay, but a lot of it is too much, just like with everything. So, bottled water has, it all has deuterium, but the bottled water is not going to have snake venom in it. The snake venom is put into the public water, the tap water. So it is safer to take the bottled water. Is that true? Yes. Do they put snake venom in the bottled water? No. Okay. So at least you're eliminating one of the threats right now. Okay. However, I mean, talking to Libby, in that talk with Libby, she just puts the intention using light language or just flat out intention, blessing it, praying for it, like you could hold the bottle in your hand and just be like, thank you so much for becoming completely balanced and beneficial for me and my family. And just hold that in your hand and just love it. Just, you could hold it to your heart. I love you. Thank you so much for helping me and my family to be healthy and flourishing, and if it's like a brown or blue glass, sometimes it helps with like a placebo effect, right? Fill that up with bottled water, go and put it out, or you could use, like, if you have Libby drops, like if you've got Libby stuff, she gives you these little vials or things with intention already programmed in them. You could do like 1 drop in the water bottle, go set it out in the sun with the intention of the sun giving it power, really kind of activating and giving it power. Then you bring that water inside and you drink it or use it to give to the animals or to the kids or to cook with or to rinse alfalfa sprouts with or whatever you're doing. So yeah, that's one thing that you can do. And absolutely our intentions are very, very strong. And if you do a program like I did, then it wouldn't even matter if you remember to bliss it or not. Because sometimes if we get too legalistic about it, if we get too much in our head about it, then we'll be like, I forgot to bless my water today. It must be bad for me. And then you make it even double bad, because then it's like really, then you've just put all this toxic fear energy in it. So that's why you need to say a program over and over and over and over and over until it becomes totally subconscious as truth. So absolutely. I want to see 100. I just looked at the words 100 times longer. Maybe the water would even last 100 times longer. And maybe you could use the blue water differently than the amber water. Use them for different purposes. Keep some inside, keep some outside. I don't know. You can have fun with it. Don't take it so seriously. Just laugh it off and trust a solution will present itself at the perfect time and in the perfect way. One thing I thought about is if you guys are eating out, you don't know if that restaurant is using tap water. They probably are. They're probably bringing tap water to your table to drink. They're probably putting tap water in, like rinsing stuff off with it. They're probably putting tap water in if they have to add water to a recipe, just to, simply add water. I doubt they're running to the refrigerator for bottled water, you know what I mean? So be thinking about that. Be thinking twice about where you eat out at. So yeah. Go with the new and divinely inspired rather than the comfortable and worn out. It's time to let go. Love and appreciate you, your body, and your circumstances just as they are. Change comes through radical acceptance. You're getting squeezed outside your comfort zone to spread your wings and fly. That's everybody today. Throw your inhibitions out the window and go. You know in your gut this isn't right. Trust your gut, in other words. Having a good cry, then putting your hand on your heart and saying, I love you, can be all that you need. All right. Thank you so much for your sweet message. Okay, so 3826. Hi, Amy. Thank you for your assistance. You're welcome. I live near my son and his family in Austin, Texas. I retired from nursing in February. Rental prices increased dramatically. Will I move? Maybe spirit can give me some insight. I've been praying for direction. Okay, so the prayer that you can be saying, if you're not saying it already, is thank you, God, so much for giving me such obvious guidance that I know exactly what to do at the right time, in the right way, and in the right place. Thank you that I don't have to stress about it, that it's just coming to me so easily. All the solutions are just lining up, and I barely have to even think about it. And all of a sudden, something presents itself. Yeah, thank you, God, for supporting me in such an amazing way that everything's made obvious to me, and I just know exactly what to do and when to go and where I'll be going. Okay, I've got my moving cards here. Now, this is not a deck yet. I don't know if it will be, probably, because it seems to be needed. You need to just make it a deck. I mean, I've already got so many cards. Yeah. I just heard some of you go, please, we need help with I was going to say flying, with moving. Fly to that faraway destination you've been wanting. Maybe you need a vacation, or maybe where you're thinking, wow, Europe would be good for you. So if you've been thinking to go to Europe or something, then that would be good. Live as far out in the country as you can in another country. That's interesting. You've already seen and liked the place that you will be living. Wow. So there you go. You might even live in a van or a camper and be mobile for a little bit. Your kids and or animals would be happy to go to another country. So think outside the box. Wow. Anything else that she needs to know about that? Yeah, you are being pushed outside your comfort zone, so you'll fly. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be staying in Austin for some reason. I feel like you might even go set up camp in another country and invite them along, and it looks like they might go. Sometimes you have to be the pioneer, you know? I feel like it's somewhere warm. Maybe even Nicaragua. I mean, I know a community of women who are already living out there, and they really enjoy it a lot. A lot of the drug cartel and stuff like that in countries like that are clearing up right now too. All right, 3827. Can you do a healing, clearing, mini med bed or blissing? Not sure how to ask it exactly. To heal my digestion, histamine, and any other health issues that you see causing it. I've been dealing with this for almost a year now after getting a dental filling or root canal. Oh boy, those are so bad. I feel it wiped out my gut flora. Yeah, as I was a vegan at the time, which now believe is a dark agenda. Oh, really? Being a vegan is of the dark agenda. Please put in the comments below what you mean by that, because I'm sure we'd all like to hear about that one. And I'm recovering from that, as well as it caused severe nutritional deficiencies and anemia. And I'm still healing from that, as well as weight gain. Wow. The only food I can really handle right now is beef. That is so surprising. I know fermented foods and broth are suggested, but by many, but the histamine issues make me unable to handle those right now. I just feel my body is unbalanced and cannot handle the foods said to heal it, despite my efforts. I just want to know that I will heal, and I just want to feel normal again so that I can get and stay healthy once and for all. It's not from a lack of trying, trust me. I also listened to your black magic healing video to help clear out any outside energy that may have contributed. Thank you so much. Wow. Yeah, definitely time to create your program, your computer program. Go in and state, I am blank. You're going to put your name. And this is a command, not a request. You know, this is how my life operates. My body knows what it needs in it. You know, I don't know what you want to put in there, just how you want your body to operate. Even if it doesn't, if it's not currently doing it, it does help when you say something that's at least a little bit believable. because you can start to get more faith in it. You can build faith in it faster. And then you can change the statement and make it more bold when you believe that more. Like say, you guys can probably figure that out. But try to do something at least a little bit believable in your statement at first, and then start. That's why some of mine are so damn bold, is because I believe a lot. I have a very, very strong belief, and it protects me. So, and even just saying that just made it even more so, 100 times more so. So you got to get there, but sometimes you have to build that muscle up. So one of your statements needs to be something about how easy and effortless it is, and how intuitive the whole process of you eating is. I always know exactly what to eat, that my body needs. And if you don't want it to be a bunch of work, then just say anything that I ingest is good for me and completely balances out my body. If you do qigong on a regular basis, or sun gazing, or something that like puts a lot of qi in your body, it really does a good job of flushing out your system on a regular basis and balancing things out for you. So I would very highly recommend doing qigong, and I have a really great video that I recommend called More Energy, More Life. It's in my resources page at the very, very bottom. Okay. How much? They said 3 times a day. If you do that, do it 3 times a day. They're also wanting you to do like some coconut pulling. You could read about that and be doing that. It'll help to get out the bacteria and stuff that they put in there. Where? Peppermint. They're saying to use peppermint or mint, like spearmint. If you're going to grow mint in your garden, be putting mint in your mint infused water. Oh, that's one of the things that you could do with, like, if you have blue water and amber, blue glass and amber glass, one of them can be mint infused. Wouldn't that be nice? Or other flavors that you have in your garden, cucumber or lemon or whatever. Hipu o maana akiela sensei shikenapon hina shinche like inside. The weirdest thing is going on right now too. There's like a black octopus, and I've heard some other readers or people like on YouTube saying stuff about seeing a black octopus. I finally saw it myself the other day. It puts like the end. It reminds me of, was it Monsters Inc. or something, had this kind of creature that, and like the end of its tentacle or whatever, the end of its arm was pointy and like a boom, like could stab something. There's some kind of a black octopus type creature thing that's like a lower astral entity that's been going around above towns, and it feels that if you've had like depression or things like that, it like reactivates that kind of stuff, or like chronic conditions and things like that. Even if it can, it'll just stab you with whatever that is. And so I've had to do that quite a bit. It's even come at me, and I've just like taken its claw out or whatever that is and just filled it back up with my higher self energy, and then done what I can to ward it off or ward it away or get it the hell out of here, just to go pick on somebody else. It kind of reminds me of a crab in a way, but it just felt like something like that was messing with you in your town. So maybe thank you, God, for removing the dark octopus from my town. Thank you for making it go away. However, whatever's necessary. Thank you, angels, for knowing just what to do with a creature like that that's been causing havoc in my town. It just looked at me like, how could you do that to me? That's horrible. What you're doing is horrible. That's what's horrible. Harming people is horrible. It just put like its tail between its legs, and it was like, bye, like it's leaving. But that's an interesting reaction. Some things barks are way worse than their actual bite. You know what I mean? It's funny to see how sensitive that darkness is. You don't think it is. You think it's all powerful or something. It's quite sensitive. It's quite fragile, actually. That's why laughter works so well. Just laugh your ass off at whatever the bad thing is, and it's just going to go crying to its mommy, you know? It's totally weak. It's really funny how the dark side thinks that they're all big and strong, and it's just a bully. It's just an unhealed bully, a weak little weakling bully. So just have it in the right perspective and just know they're not all that. They're not even close to all that. Anybody who falls for and starts practicing black magic and any of that bullshit, anybody in the dark side, you guys are weaklings. You're just little weaklings. And it's really hilarious. Keep it in perspective, guys. These guys, they need some healing. Send them love. Send them a lot of, just surround them with hugs, love, kisses, and joy and giggles and have a good laugh, because they have no control over you. All right. 3829. Hi, I'm a senior in high school and I'm really stuck on what to take on when it comes time next year. The ones that I've been thinking about are, okay. And she lists a few of these off. Okay, so surge tech, yes or no? I feel a yes with that. Radiologist, yes. Business, no. Sports management, depends. It is I don't know if there are different ways of doing sports management or whatever, but it feels like that would depend on which one you go into. Physical therapy, yes. Physical therapy assistant, yes. Dental hygienist, yes. Therapist, not so much. They said you're not good enough at calling bullshit. That's funny. Or is it something that's not listed? I get a yes on that too. So any of those that pull you or excite you, I would go toward anything that inspires you, that you feel really good about, that you love doing. This is going to be something you're going to be doing on a regular basis. So you don't want to do something that it feels like hard, or, I mean, hard it can be good. But if it's a challenge that you can rise to the challenge about and learn. I mean, I'm always learning new things. My job is forever expansive. I mean, you could never grow bored of doing my job ever. So, I'm not saying do something easy. I'm saying that whatever you do, let it come from joy in your heart. Do you love working with people? Would it be fulfilling for you to help these people rehabilitate? I don't think nobody wants to be an assistant. Nobody wants to maybe be a physical therapist, but not an assistant. Assistants for the most part, maybe unless they really love it, a lot of times they're feeling subservient to the person who's actually got the actual title. But titles are going away now too. Just follow your heart, period. I even feel like chiropractor would be good for you. Anything else that she's not thinking of? Even a naturopath, some kind of a naturopath some kind of unconventional naturopath that also does like sound therapy and things like that. They're also saying that you're ultimately not going to screw it up. So don't worry. Just start taking a class that interests you. And start accumulating, find out what all of them have in common. If there's something they all have in common, then start learning that thing. Almost anything that I could have chosen would involve like rocks or crystals, for example. So learn about rocks and crystals. I could have gone in the direction of a tarot reader. I could have gone in the direction of like a political reader. I could have gone in the direction of being some kind of a sound healer. I could have just been only a healer, but all of them that I would have used or could have used crystals and rocks, for example. So maybe try to see which of those things, what's the common denominator in all of them, and start learning about those things, reading books on your own, even starting to study those subjects out of just pure curiosity. And see how they sit with you. And the minute something starts to feel like drudgery or and like if you're doing it for the money, forget about it. You don't want to do anything for the money. Because if you do something well enough, you'll make money at it. So just do what calls your heart. And I swear to God, you guys, people who are following their hearts right now and following their dreams are getting rewarded tremendously for doing so. Those who are doing it just to get a paycheck and just to get by, it's not going to cut it. I'm sorry. It's just absolutely not going to cut it. We are all about integrity right now, and we're all about our heart space. So if you're not in your heart space, you're going to get challenged to do something that does get you in your heart space. And it could take a tower moment to force you to do that. If you're not doing something from the heart, man, you better get with it real quick and start doing something from the heart. Even if you have to do it voluntarily at first while you're doing the paid job, but you got to be doing something to cultivate this right now. Okay. Anything else that she'd be really good at that she's not considering right now? Yeah, you'd be good at a lot of things. They're saying that it's going to be made evident to you and be given to you step by step to, like, so don't, and they're repeating again that school is going away, like having to have a degree and all that kind of stuff is going away. You've done nothing wrong. You can do nothing wrong. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. We dare you. Wow, that was confirmation. We dare you to ask us to show you how much you're loved. Holy cow. Wow. Learn to be more fluid and flexible rather than only seeing things the way you always have. It's time to evolve past this. We're doing all that we can to comfort and encourage you through this time. You're very important to us. We love you. If you were someone else, what would you think of your life? If you were your best friend, what would you say that you need to do, knowing you? Congratulations, you're leveling up right now. So let go of what's been and allow new to come in for it to be as smooth as possible. You have so much to look forward to. So just have fun. You're on the right path to making your dreams come true. So just keep following your heart. Okay, 3830. Hi, Amy. Thank you so much for being such an incredible humanitarian. You're welcome. I have been having extreme full body sweats in my sleep since April 6th. Wow. I wake up completely drenched 4 to 6 times a night, and I have to change my clothes and my sheets every time. Whoa. Can you please help me heal whatever is causing this to happen? I need my sleep. Thank you very much. Whew, man, that was wow. Girl. All right. What is this? Hormones. They said hormones. That other person with peppermint. This might be a tip for you also. Peppermint around your ankles. Peppermint or pine around your ankles when it comes to hormones is really helpful. Touching taikeela a pimpa na chona. It's pent up emotions. It's like the liquid has to get out somehow, so it's coming out for purging right now. It's from holding your feelings back. It's people pleasing too. It's like holding back anger, rage, frustration, doing what you want to do, like you've done whatever other people want to do, about like putting everybody before yourself. Sometimes that causes cancer and it causes death. So like putting everybody first all the time, it's like giving a message to your body that you're not important at all. So why even be here? So they said that instead of giving you cancer, giving you the C word, they've given you this to help purge it. So the best thing you can do right now is to be very present in the moment and start honoring yourself and loving yourself. Putting your hand on your heart. I love you. I love you even when you have night sweats. I love you even when you go through some crazy stuff. I love you even when you totally don't acknowledge yourself. I love you even when you're a people pleaser. I love you even though you've caused this thing to happen. I love you that you've gotten us out of the C word. Thank God I didn't go through that. Thank you. Thank you. And I love you so much. And I love this about what you've created in your life. And I love that about what I've created in my life. And oh my gosh, I'm so grateful to myself for this and for that and for the other thing. Like, just do that a lot throughout your day and throughout the night. Like, even when you have that stuff, if it continues for a little bit longer, just be so, so grateful for what you can be grateful for. And I love you even when you do this. I love you no matter what you do. I even if you're peeing your bed that many times a day, I don't care. I love you. I love you. I will see you through this, and I will love you no matter what you have to go through here. Whatever this is, I love you through it. Okay. So be completely, totally dedicated to loving yourself. Tantain shena, hepe puma na ke rar ashena. Tite ke la sansi shina. Titi pom poma anataila. Sanse shekele pima mama anai. Hala sanse she ha ala atana taiki ins sasase. Hala pama mahana aishin aishin ake. Ooh. Wow. Huh. That made me like nauseous. You're going through some leveling up ascension type stuff too. It's part of a way of catching you up quickly to a much higher level and a much higher timeline. So I would also try to be joyful and dance around as much as possible, be like excited. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And like turn on some music and dance around and try to be as happy and as exuberant as you can be, because it'll help you get up there without all this other stuff having to happen. It's like they're dragging you up. And so that's what's making it kind of hard. So doing qigong on a regular basis could also help you elevate your qi, elevate your body up to that level a lot faster without all this bodily fluid having to flow out of you. Tantaike insane. Quit thinking you're in danger. Keep repeating, I'm perfectly safe. No harm can come to me. That's your new program. Reprogram that. Create yourself from scratch. Do a program for yourself. Everybody watching this needs to do a program for yourself. In every area of your life, this is how it works. It's like an instruction manual. Yeah. All right. $38.32. This is going to be kind of vague, partly because I don't want to narrow it down too much if there's a certain message that needs to come through. I'm going through a time where I feel very uncertain of my path. I'm tied to certain things, karmic relationships, both current and future, and I'm feeling overwhelmed and confused. I'm really trying to trust the universe and set my intentions to be eternally optimistic, while also allowing myself to feel how I feel and acknowledge my emotions. But it's very difficult. I'm looking for clarity, and if there are any messages that would be helpful from my angels, guides, and higher self, I really appreciate you so much. Thank you, Amy. All right. You did a really fantastic job of describing where you're at right now. Yeah, like you should be a writer. Like that was really good. I get it. So, and you're right. Being optimistic is key. Being present in the moment and out of your head, very key also. You know, create your program and what you want to have happen and how simple things are for you, how the answers come so easily. Spiritual or religious community, join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual answers. So, try to get some people in your area together, or just be talking to people on a regular basis who are more like you. They'll help you stay strong in your faith. A positive outcome is dependent on you keeping a positive mindset. And they just said, and it is all positive, just so you know, if you look at it from the right light. Stress reduction, de-stress your body, mind, and schedule so you can rest, recharge, and revive. So I'd be doing qigong to assist your body in adjusting right now. And speaking of body, I feel like pulling a body card right now. I need to get out and get some fresh air out in nature. So get your body outside. I think there may be cancer in our body. Please seek a natural way to deal with it. I know we can heal it. We just need to get on top of it. And I need more water, good water. And if you didn't listen to the beginning of this talk, I talk about water. So maybe consider getting some blue or brown water or yellow water or amber water or whatever. And write to me, send me an email and put in the subject line health protocol in all caps. And I will send you what I know to be able to help the sea litter. Okay. I'd like you to affirm for me, everything I consume is benefiting me tremendously. I am healthy. I am healing more with every breath. Qigong would be really good. Tatai na taike. I don't need so much of what you're giving me. Please give me less of something. I'm overloaded. Taike hina chains. I think you had a root canal or something else that caused a leak of bacteria into the bloodstream that's really causing some problems. That does often lead to the C word. So that actually makes sense. I think you may be putting something in us that's putting us in harm's way. Please do what you can to protect us. Okay, so, and the C letter does not have to be that big of a deal. It's fairly easy to get rid of, but you can't let it play with your head. I know of somebody who their dog just was diagnosed with the C letter, and they went the traditional route and gave the dog chemo and killed it. You never ever go the traditional route. Never ever 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 all natural only. All natural only on everything, guys. Everything that they do is designed to kill us or kill our animals, even the V's for pets. Terrible, terrible for them. You're flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend because others will soon be inspired by your example. So whatever you're doing to be strong, you're going to be teaching others to do the same thing. So you're going to be an inspiration at the end of this. So for some reason, I'm feeling pulling one of these cards. Ask Angel's Oracle. Let joy and love be your guide. Let joy and love be your guide. All right, here we go. You have reached a powerful point of new beginning, which through your thought, your vibrational energy signature, and through your intention, enables you to consciously co-create with divine love to bring a new level of joy, vibrant well-being, health, abundance, and love into your life. Know that love and joy are the most powerful vibrations in the universe and simply call their vibrations in. Surrounding your energy with love and joy will not only uplift you and bring new positive experiences into your life, but love and joy will actually protect your energy, your body, mind, and spirit from absorbing unwanted, unwarranted, negative, doubt, fear, and lower dense vibrations from others and from your world. The amazing thing about joy and love is there is no limit to the power. There is no limit to joy and love. And so now as dense energy is released, this orb of joy and love around you becomes strengthened even more. We flow more and more love and joy and high vibrations from the angelic realm your way to cleanse and lift you. Imagine that as you breathe in, joy, love, and light fill your body. And as you breathe out, the same joy, love, and life fills out your aura. Nurture love and joy will nurture you. These forces of the universe will propel you forward to accomplish your purpose. Joy and love are a guide. Pay attention to what brings you joy and keep moving in that direction. They do say a crystal to help you live in alignment with joy and love is hiddenite. 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 I don't know what it looks like because I can't think of it. Okay. Anything else she needs to know? Always align yourself with your highest truth and speak from that place for the best outcome for everyone involved. Live your truth. Don't let anyone else tell you who you are. Please just let go. You're clinging too tightly to what you want as if it's eluding you. So reprogram your program. This is only pushing it away. Have faith it's coming because it is. Be conscious of your breath and sensations in your body more often. Splitting your attention between your body and the material world increases your peace, vitality, and intuitive abilities. And don't doubt that intuition of yours. You're not making it up. All right. All right, 3833. Hi, Amy, Nala, and Annie. I have 3 questions. My first thing is I want a black magic clearing on my divine masculine. I happen to know who that is, so I'm going to do the clearing now. Shinjai la ipe mahe na kein sase la an chin chin titi he mama na ke hala sanse la an chin hip 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 mama na ike. Of course, I wouldn't do any work on anybody without their permission, so I've gotten permission from his higher self. It's all cool. Shinche la hen sisi na akin. Whoop 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 whoop. He was ready for a change. He just sat down in a chair and he's like, all right, just tell me, universe, what is it? What? So there's a degree of surrender in him right now. I feel like spirit has a lot to tell him. I hear a bird chirping out there. So, and he's willing to listen now. He's open to listening right now. Okay, number 2, a blessing for whatever he needs. A blessing for whatever he needs. He has fairies working with him right now, trying to keep him open and listening to the, to subtleties. He's got to learn to listen to spirit more, the subtle realm. I actually think that he is listening to birds. So he must be like maybe sitting out on a back patio or something, listening to birds and getting messages or getting downloads. And if he has a cat, I feel like he's even getting information from the cat. His love for babies, I think, is going to be something that kind of moves him out of that negative stuck space he's in. Something, some of these people who are in denial about what's going on in our world right now, and I always have said this, so this isn't new necessarily, but I feel like a lot of people who are being duped right now are people who are unhealed. They didn't spend enough time developing themselves and healing from things, not on a deep level, maybe superficially, but not deep enough. So now they're being forced to do that deeper healing. But I just got that he actually has, like maybe he was molested or something bad happened to him when he was really little. So I think that's one of the reasons he just went right into denial and started judging you and pointing a finger at you and whatnot. They're trying to teach him to have a gentle approach to everything that even he's learning and the downloads he's getting and stuff, not even being harsh with himself, but learning to love himself and others better. Okay, number 3, in our lifetime, is it true California could drop into the ocean, or will it ultimately be healed back into beauty and goodness after Pelosi and Newsom are cleared out? Will California go into the ocean? Is there a momentum of California going into the ocean? I still get a yes. Is there a chance or a possibility? Let me clear that out. Is there a chance or a possibility also, though, that people in California could be potentially on a different timeline where it is actually healed because these bad people are taken out? Yes. Okay. Depending on where they're at. And I feel like some people are going to move away from certain places instinctively. They're going to, because some places in California are not going to go under and some are. And it may be jagged, so you don't know, So I feel like if people listen to their intuition and they're following their heart, like we're talking about, like they're following their passion, I feel like they will be led. Actually, I feel like where you are is not going to be affected. Maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours south of you will. But I think you're okay. Except for some kind of like water, is a waterfall, water dam, is there going to be a dam breaking in her area? Shattering, some kind of a, yeah, there's still going to be some kind of there's some like a flood damage, some kind of a flood damage though. It's not going to be as catastrophic as it'll clear up within a few days kind of thing. It's not going to be like devastating or catastrophic. Are those people that we just mentioned, are they like a huge contribution to the negative energy there that are causing some of these things to have to happen? Yeah. And people like them, people in the cult, and in the big S cult, if you know what I mean. Or the big capital L cult too. Those guys can be thrown in there too. All the kind of the same thing. All right. How about not taking Chishi, not IK? Seriously, they just said like if everybody in California starts dropping into their heart and touching their heart, I love you to themselves. Everybody start pouring out love for themselves right now. It could be healed and it wouldn't need to be damaged. It wouldn't have to have the flooding or whatever. It could be saved. It could be reinforced and saved. But I do feel there's a collective belief, a collective manifestation of this still happening, possibly. So maybe get rid of those guys and do a public announcement for everybody to drop into their heart and put their hands on their heart like fast and start saying it over and over and over and over. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Go on some kind of campaign to get people to love themselves in California, or maybe some people who have really big followings, or you're a big influencer or a leader in California. You could take on this challenge and really get people to drop into their heart space and love themselves. You have to move them emotionally to do that. You can't just say love yourself. You got to like show them, move their hearts to want to do that. All right. 3836. Amy, you are so funny. Keep being you, XXX. Thank you. My daughter's getting married May 4th in Cyprus, although we are from the UK. She wants warmth and sea and sun as her background. Can't blame her. She and her partner and baby and me are all sovereign, all things, etc. Never done mandatory anything. So how do you see our trip from the UK to Cyprus going? She's panicking. I put my intent to this going well, but appreciate any guidance. Much love. Okay. I know a lot of people who are traveling at this time that do not give into the tyranny whatsoever at all. And they said they've had zero problem. Even people who like, I know a family of like 4 or 5 of them all traveled together, and none of them were, they things on their faces. None of them were told to do testing. None of them were told to do any of that stuff, even though they were told that they would have to. They were not forced to do that at all. I know somebody else who just doesn't even acknowledge it. She just goes from flight to flight to flight, and she's the only one who's not wearing one. She thinks the whole thing is absolutely ridiculous, as we all do too. And she just, like, if somebody said to put it on, she just looked at them like they were crazy, like, what are you talking about? What is that? I don't have one of those. No, I don't want one of those either. Get away from me, you weirdo. So, I do know people who are treating it like the opposite of how they're treating everybody who does wear one or who doesn't wear one. They're treating them the same way. Like, what are you talking about? Why would I do that? Or they're just being peaceful and pleasant and just walking through like nothing's going on. So just unassuming. There's a high probability, a high possibility, 88 something % chance that you can have exactly this happen. Like, it's no big deal. Everybody's just pleasant and happy, and they just totally ignore it and they just keep going. I also feel like there could be some news that happens before you guys have to go. that's going to really kind of blow some of this stuff out of the water. Like, well, it could have to do with the water since I said that. So maybe they're going to realize that, that the whole thing was a scam in the first place. Like the whole thing was just a ruse. It's a ruse, not true. A ruse, not true. So, as it turns out, it could have been snake venom that was put in tap water. If you guys didn't watch that I said in the last Great Awakening video, you might want to watch that. But not taking says she yeah, they said just be real crystal clear. Create a program for yourself around, like, when I travel, I'm not asked to do anything aside from what I'm comfortable doing. I'm not even asked to. I'm not even looked at sideways for it. I'm just completely comfortable traveling in airports. It's no big deal. Not everything goes seamlessly for me. I'm not taking Shay Napon. Okay, I'm going to pull some tarot cards because I feel like that could give you some peace of mind. Tell us how it's going to go when they travel, when these guys travel. Being in fear is not a good place to be. So whatever you got to do to move out of that, like, thank you, God, so much that it was so much easier than I ever could have thought. Oh, thank you, God, so much. I'm so relieved that we got there without any harassment or any tyranny or any of that nonsense going on. I'm just so tickled that it went so well. Like, pray as if it's already happened and you're already on the other side of it. They're suggesting that you put in an effort to have a new passionate start, a new inspired, exciting beginning, and just focus on that. Like, put all your energy, put all your effort into that new inspired beginning. Just focus on this happy marriage, this happy occasion happening. This is a yes. And just be clear in your communication and strong. I mean, this guy is like, no nonsense. He's like, no. Did you hear me? No. In total no nonsense. Secrets will be revealed soon that will bring victory and clarity to all this nonsense. So I really don't think that you're going to have to. I think that, yeah, they just said blown out of the water again, blown out of the water again. It's gonna heal all this, and you're not gonna have to fight. It's gonna all get walked away from, and you will be able to fly free and clear on your own, of your own accord, and be all emotionally mature through it, and you'll have your wish fulfillment. Just don't be in a lack mentality. Heal that lack mentality in the meantime. And just do what you want to do. Do what you want to do, and it'll balance everything out. And you got the universe behind you to protect you and to look out for you the whole way. And they'll be like, I see them kind of doing this as you're going through the airport, like, no, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. Just kind of spotting you. All right, so let's do the general blissing. So just relax and think about something you'd like to see in our world change, or in your own life that you could, want to put some good energy towards. And as long as it's for everybody's highest good included, and their free will is being respected, then this will amplify the energy of it. All right. I just felt like it's going to be a special Easter for some reason. When is Easter? It's coming up soon, right? And set Shishina Ike. Hula Hopon Hala na taken apema ola upon by Shinshela Kadatena. Something's like riding a bike. If there is something that you haven't done in a long time that you're thinking, how will I even go do that again? It's just like riding a bike. Pan Baba Iken, Shishi Natai, Hala Hopon Pama Ana Ai, Tantai Shina, Hela O Pompama Ai, Hela Ki Indatai Sanse. Oh, okay. All right, you guys have yourselves a beautiful weekend. And I will talk to you next week. If you want to ask a question for next week, just go to amysatori.com/ask Amy. Make sure you read the instructions. They're simple, they're basic, and it'll show you the date that your video is going to come out if you purchase that day, you know. So I try to spell it out for you guys so that you don't have any kind of confusion and you know what to expect. And yeah, all right. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.